I've been to hell and back and went back to hell. Been to jail, came home and went back to jail. Made sales, got a job, went back to sales. Still smart enough to know that I ain't actually failed. Progress stagnant cause you ain't following up. One thing.
What up, TMS family? And today is Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. Yes, we are in a new month. Happy Black History Month. Here on the Too Much Show, it's always real talk about real people. And I'm your host, MT, and with me are my co-hosts.
Mr. Jones, aka Sam Jones, and Mr. Come First because you gotta respect me, and down below to the Flint Zone.
You know what it is, man. Your boy Zeus the Truth. And we here. Go ahead and give you some hot fire today, man. And also, something on the midday. So that way you can go ahead and get through the week and holler at us on Sunday.
Happy fucking Tuesday.
Yeah. So, title of today's show is Goats Are Immortal. And I mean, come on now. If you've been living under a rock, I mean, Apple News, I'm sure everybody's phone has been pinging. I don't care who you are, which you follow. But Tom Brady has officially retired from the NFL. 22 seasons, 20 seasons with this team up here, the New England Patriots, where he won 6 Super Bowls. And 2 seasons right here with this wonderful team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he brought the TB12 method down there. Tom Brady leaves us behind, man, with a monumental career, one that will probably never, ever, ever be done again. At least in our lifetime, I don't think that we'll ever see it. And yeah, I mean, let's go through it. First off, the man played a grand total of 318 games, 84,520 passing yards, 624 passing touchdowns, career completion percentage of 64.2%, 3-time All-Pro.
Wow.
Yeah, 3-time All-Pro, 15-time Pro Bowler, 7-time Super Bowl champion, as I mentioned before, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time regular MVP, regular season MVP, my bad, and then the 2010 AP Offensive Player of the Year, 2009 AP Comeback Player of the Year, 2007 AP Offensive Player of the Year. So, yeah, man. With that being said, Brady has finally called it quits. Over 200 wins. I think the only quarterback, he has 243 career wins. I think the closest person or closest quarterback is at like 199 or 190 or something like that. So no
So his
quarterback.
career percentage is like 65 or higher.
Yeah, his
Damn.
career completion percentage is 64.2%. Yep.
Damn.
Out of 300 and some games.
That's 2 out
Yep.
of 3. You winning 2 out of 3. That's crazy.
Yep. He's out of 318 games, he's won 243 of them. Yep. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Exactly. So, I mean, I'll let you all go ahead and talk about it. To me, it obviously it's the end of an era in football. We'll see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do and what he's going to hang around and try to do. He's 39 years old. He need to just go ahead and hang it up too, unless he's going to San Fran. But this is about Brady. Brady has achieved a lot. Basically, he's had 2 NFL careers, and I'm going to talk about that as well. But what do you all make of the retirement? And yeah, what do you all make of it?
Well, I mean, go ahead. You go first, Zeus. I'm interested in your take.
I say, to be honest, like, you know, as we were talking behind the scenes, I had mentioned, it's possibly, a sad day for football. And in my perspective, it's not. It's actually a good day for football. And it's not out of hate, what most people would take this as, as
Mhm.
just wanted to see him out the game. Actually, it's something better than that. Actually, it's something that, I get to witness and I have witnessed. I did see, a GOAT retire. And I've been a part to see this greatness. So with that, it goes with other, great legends that retired. It's like the Rocky Marcianos and Floyd Mayweathers to, Barry Sanders and Wilt Chamberlains and people of that sort, Michael Jordans. When they had that era and once it retired, it gave you a new look on sport or that sport because now you're trying to see who is going to be that great legend to retire or have that great run again. So I think it
Mhm.
adds a little bit more interest to see what these teams is going to do, knowing that their main contender for the Super Bowl is no longer in the league. So
I get what you're saying. Yeah, and just to add to what you're saying, Zeus, I think so. Here's the thing. The thing was when we had Montana, it was like Elway had came along, and then after Elway, you had I guess Favre for a little stint, and
Well,
then people were sitting up to, huh? What you
Father
say?
Elway was Father Elway was kind of the same era because young Elway was
Yeah,
with Montana and Montana was beating the shit out of Elway. Elway ain't really getting around his
exactly.
prime until Favre was in his prime too.
Yeah.
He was his
So
rival.
so exactly. And so I think what Zeus is saying is we're actually going to be set up for more exciting football over the next few years because we don't know who's going to take over the reins, especially now since we just had what happened this past Sunday with the whole
Yeah,
Bengals and Chiefs debacle. But go ahead, Mr. Jones, Brady.
you were. Yeah, one thing is longevity, man, and
Mm-hmm.
consistency. Like them two things is like what he modeled after. And one thing about it that I'm going to miss the most about Brady is like his progression over the years. Because when he started, he was just a game manager, honestly. And
Until the
then you
second
see,
Super Bowl. Until the second Super
yeah,
Bowl versus
I was
Carolina.
going to say that. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
And you see more progression in his career, like '04. You see him start to really become himself. And then by the time '07 came and that 16-0 season in the regular season, it was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, like this dude might be one of the greatest. And then by the time like 2010 came around, you're like, okay, he's one of the greats. Montana is still up there. And then by the time the Falcons happened, the 28-3 comeback, it was like no denying the man. And then he went to
Mm-hmm.
build on that shit. Like it was kind of crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and the good thing about our lifetime is we got to witness Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan did it as a kid and get
Mm-hmm.
inspired. And now, like, I have a more of a mindset as a teenager, definitely as an adult. We got to see Tom Brady do it mentally because he wasn't the most physically gifted. A lot of that shit was just his mentality, studying tape and practicing, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely his progression in the pocket. Like the dude had some of the best footwork in the pocket in NFL history. That's one very
Mm-hmm.
underrated thing about Brady that you don't see in a lot of quarterbacks today because a lot of people scramble out of the pocket and have happy feet. Like
yeah,
he's going to
Mm-hmm.
be the last of a dying breed. Like he's
his
going to be the
position,
last. Yeah, he's going
like
to be the last great pocket passer.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
Yeah.
type of quarterback is officially gone. There's no more pocket passes between him and Ben. Those was the last two pocket passes. Really, there ain't no more pocket passes in the league.
Mm-mm.
If
Well,
you think
Peyton
about
too.
it,
Peyton. Oh, you talking about as of currently now? Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
it was the last
I
two
was about to
holding
say.
down that era. That era is officially done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about athleticism now,
Yeah,
and like here's another thing. Yeah, and like here's another thing that I want to touch on too. Like Brady. So for 22 years, like that is a long career for a quarterback. Most quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, 10, 10, 12 years. they can't take the punishment anymore, or they feel like they don't have anything left, then they give it up. You get some of them that may make it to 16 years, but for the
I think
most
Joe
part,
did 16. Joe
yeah,
did
Joe did
16.
16.
Aikman did 11.
Yeah. Well, what a
Yeah,
game retired Aikman. That was the problem.
well, yeah, LeVar Arrington did that.
Yeah.
But how long Irvin played? Irvin played like 10, 11. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like a lot of greats don't play that long.
I mean, Peyton Manning, I'll give Peyton Manning his credit. Peyton Manning did give us 17 years. He did. Peyton Manning gave us 17. Uh,
Favre gave us a minute too. Favre gave us what?
yeah,
17
I think
too. 17,
yeah, I
18.
think 17. Yeah, he gave us almost a dub. He did, but it was just the way that Brady was able to do it. The difference was this, though. Those guys were still around trying to chase, trying to get one more ring, or you know what I'm saying, just try to get to, you know what I'm saying, having at least two rings, or you know what I'm saying, things like that. And Brady had already had the three rings within the first 5 years of him being a starter. That's why, I always laugh and I tell people, social media really has our brains. I'm not gonna say warped. I guess you could use that term, or you could say it because everything comes out so quick now. How soon we
Yeah,
forget. Brady won
ADD in
his
the mind.
Yeah.
exactly. Brady won his first three Super Bowls within the first 5 years, and then remember he went on a 10-year stretch where he didn't win any Super Bowls. Remember from 2005 to 2015, Brady didn't win any Super Bowls. He went to two, but he lost to the Giants. And most of the time when
Mhm.
that happens, and honestly, that was around the first time where Giselle was like, "Hey, Tom, you've been there 5 times already. Okay, you won three. You had a good career. Let's call it quits." Tom somehow again transformed himself and was like, "Nah, I believe I can still play. I can figure this game out." And I think what Tom Brady knew over everybody was, I still have the fundamentals of the game, because he's a film junkie. They said literally he would watch film, and while watching film, he would go to his defense while he was there in practice and be like, "Hey, I know we got such and such coming up. Guess what? I found a weakness. The reason why they scored on this defense was because that cornerback messed up, it did this, or that cornerback messed up, it did that. So if we stay and do this, we could prevent them from scoring as much, or we could prevent them from scoring on that play." Tom, and for basically he had this resurgence second half of his career. It started with the Seattle win when they beat Seattle, and then it happened again in 2 years because he had to serve the suspension. And then it happened in 2 years when he beat when the whole deflate gate and all that crap happened. And they beat,
Seattle.
yeah, no. Was it, who was first? Was it Seattle? Was it Atlanta? I thought it was
Seattle was
Seattle.
first.
Yeah, so it
Seattle
was
was first.
Seattle. Then they beat Atlanta and then lost to the Eagles, but then turn around and beat the Rams. And then that's when, yeah, they didn't want to get him any help. And boom. Did y'all get a chance to actually read like his Hall of Fame, like his comments and everything that he put out there?
I didn't. I read some of it.
Nah,
It's really extensive.
It was. It
nah.
was. I
It was
read
a
it.
couple.
Basically,
Once I went through like
He
three
one of them
pages, I was
people.
like,
He
all right.
shouldn't even wait. He shouldn't even wait. He should just be in the Hall of Fame this year, honestly.
yeah,
But they're gonna make him wait. But he's
yeah.
a unanimous first ballot.
Oh, of
I'll be
course. Yeah,
very shocked if somebody say no.
yeah.
But
Who else
somebody
say no
always
ahead
got to
of?
say no. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
says no to somebody.
Now let me
How
ask
many
y'all this.
unanimous has been? Not
Unanimous?
many.
No, it hasn't
It'll,
been. Let me see.
I
it'll
think
probably be.
Peyton like one of the only ones. I think
Let me see. Unanimous.
hasn't been
How
many.
many unanimous? Nope. So it's been 8. Hold on. Oh yeah, and I forgot another unanimous selection that Tom Brady received. He's a part of the all decade team. So you got him, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, AP, Joe Thomas, Justin Tucker, and J.J. Watt, and Marshall Yonder. All of them are unanimous selections for the NFL's All-Decade team of the 2010s.
Okay.
Yeah. So he is a part of the all decades. But as far as Hall of Fame, okay. So for the NFL Hall of Fame, they don't announce the vote totals. So we don't know if there's ever been a unanimous for that. They don't announce those.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
They doing every other sport. They damn
Exactly.
sure in baseball. They like their birds niggas in baseball. But anyway.
Of course. Yeah, they'll tell you it was 7-3 or 8-2.
You only had 25%. Okay.
Exactly. They give all that shit. But all right, so let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think Brady stepped away at the right time? Like, how do y'all think? I guess since we do like to talk about mental health and everything on the show, what do y'all think the next couple years of his life is going to be like? Because you got to remember, he was doing something straight for 22 years, bro.
What's good, man? You see Fat Brady in the future?
No.
I'm not even gonna say I'm not even gonna say Fat
Just being
Brady.
hilarious, but like I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think he's probably gonna enjoy himself though. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's because
Okay.
I mean it's not like he's a familiar face, a household face. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he can easily, if he wanted to, do cameos and all types of other shit. You know what I'm saying? So or just be relevant. I mean, I doubt that he
He
does any
gonna go
like
to Peyton route?
commentating or. Hold on, don't he? Hold on, if I'm not mistaken, don't he got a podcast though?
He do. It's called Let's Go. That's what the podcast is called. Let's Go.
Okay. Well, I guess you see his venture there. Maybe it might be sports entertainment.
I don't know, man. Well, he's already openly admitted that he's hiring a therapist to help him at least for the first couple years.
He's gonna miss it.
Yeah, he's gonna miss it too much. And then you got to understand, it wasn't like Brady threw for 3,000 yards, had 25 touchdowns, 20 picks. You know what I'm saying? And like he stunk it up. Like this guy statistically. So the 53-17 that he threw for this year, that was the third highest total by any quarterback in NFL history. He did that at 44 years old. So it's not like he's going out, you know what I'm saying, when
Like
things
a
are just
bomb.
terrible. Yeah, he's going out at like the top of his game. And like he led the league in touchdown passes this year, led the league in passing yards. Like the only people who had a higher completion percentage than him this season, I believe, was Joe Burrow and Aaron Rodgers. That's it. Those were the only two people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so you finished top 5 in every major statistical category for a quarterback, and you still were actually top 3, and you hanging it up. I'm just gonna be honest. Here's the thing: I know he wants to see the kids. Pretty much. Hey, look. Here's the thing: I know he's gonna have to. He's crazy. But I know he's gonna have to. I know the kids and everything is important now because I think he got a 14-year-old with Giselle, a 12-year-old, and an 8-year-old. So like I know it's important and like they're in the sports and all that. But it's almost like I don't know. It's like for the first few months, I think you just got to tell your kids, especially the oldest boy, you can't play football this year. If that's what he likes to do, you can't play football. I need you to go play basketball. I need you to go play. No, seriously, no, it's not even that because it's like, just think about if Brady goes out to the football field and he sees them, and like let's say if the coach says, "Hey, Brady, what's up, man?" And then Brady come down there and just gives him a little advice. You get what I'm saying? Then that part of his brain gets to working again, and then he's like, "Shit, I can do this. Like I can do this." Hey, Tampa. Y'all 7-4 right now. Y'all need a quarterback, like, or call somebody. You get what I'm saying? And just like go out there and like make it.
He ain't that obsessed.
Nah, he
Hey,
is, bro. No, I'm telling you, bro. This is what I would encourage you to do. You gotta. I'll try to find the podcast episode, and he wrote a book. He's that obsessed. They said literally from the time he leaves the arena, he goes home, kisses the wife and kids, and goes in the basement and immediately cuts on and watches 3 to 4 hours of film. They said he watches that a day, 3 to 4 hours of film a day, and then 2-hour workouts. That's Tom. And it was every single day. They said in the off season, him, Kobe, and Jordan were the exact same. They took about 2 to 3 weeks off after the season ended, and then they were right back to working. Right back. So no, I'm telling you, he's that obsessed. I'm telling you, he is.
So you think you're gonna come back?
I don't know. I don't know. He might. He
Nah, he
might.
does.
Here's the thing, though. I was over exaggerating. I don't have him coming in the middle of a
so
season. I don't have him doing that.
he gonna pull a Jordan, huh?
Yeah. Nah,
Come
he
back
might.
again.
He might.
Nah.
And then wait, and look, the way his stats go, the nigga could do 3 more years and come out 2 for 3.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And exact. Thank you, Zeus. It's one of those where if it wasn't for Giselle, saying, "Hey, Tom, it's time for you to come home now. The kids is getting older." Honestly, he could go for another 3 to 5 years. He could easily.
Man, let that man live his life. Let that man live his life.
I know, but here's I'm telling you, bro. It's like a crackhead, bro. He's not going to be able to watch the NFL games. Seriously, he's not going to be able to watch the NFL games, and he's going to have to tell whoever the oldest, Jack, I think is his name. He's the oldest, if I'm not mistaken. Jack, you can't play football this year. Give Dad a year. You can play your sophomore year, but you cannot play your freshman year. Because I'm telling you, Brady get out there on the field, throw him a couple passes and all of that.
He might be a coach. He might coach the team. Have some bonding sessions.
He's not going. I don't think he's going to be a coach. That's too close to it. You got to remember Brady.
He'll practice with some kids. He'll throw some balls to some high school kids.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if he does that, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna trigger something.
That's what Andrew Luck been doing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and my prayers go out to Andrew Luck. I know everybody was making fun of him on social media. He might actually be sick or recovering from something serious because he didn't even look the same. He didn't even look like a football player.
Oh, because he lost all that weight.
Yeah, he may be recovering from being ill or some type of sickness. So prayers out to him. But I get what you're saying with Andrew Luck, but Andrew Luck, he's been out for the last 2-3 years, whatever may have you. Brady, I'm telling you, yeah. Huh?
What you mean about Andrew Luck? You talking about playing or you talking about just out of commission?
Nah, he been out of playing. Out of playing
in
the NFL for about 3
years. Yeah. He was all messed up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I felt bad for him. And niggas booed his ass. God damn.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about that, bro. Yeah.
That man had every single type of injury that you could imagine. Ruptured spleen.
They give him no help. He had no line back then either.
No. So
he was still trying to find a way.
Then like it's like what made it so bad, he had to actually have like what was it, a conference or it was something about like him retiring and then telling them what was going on because the fans went ham. And I was just like, you don't even know why this man retiring. Like, you know, it got to be something serious if you're retiring mid-game.
Look at bringing back the Blog Talk Radio days. I remember that.
And all the fans were sitting up here. Oh, he's a quitter. He's this and that. I'm like, nah. I'm like, there's something.
I ain't gonna lie
I'm
to
like,
you. I was them. And then I felt bad.
But yeah, nah, man. But Brady, man, salutes to him. He basically had 2 NFL careers. Honestly, you can arguably say 3, because I think
Yeah,
on one of the things that I seen, they broke it down by like
it's true.
by like yeah, by like 8 year stints or something like that, or 9 years. It was like 7 or 8 year stints, 7 years. And yeah, he basically had like 3 NFL careers in each of those. Like it there will never be another. So at the end of the
Nah,
day, thank you,
Nah, never say
TB12.
never.
Now I'm gonna say this, at least of our lifetime, and this is what I want to
Okay,
say too.
I can
Just
agree. I'm making agree
yeah,
with that.
yeah,
yeah.
and this is what I want to say too. I know Brady gets a lot of flack, and a lot of people say, "Well, oh yeah, Brady came up in an era where the quarterback was protected." First half of his career, the first few years of his career, quarterbacks were still getting hit. I'm like, did y'all motherfuckers not forget about the whole bounty gate thing? Brett Favre was getting his ass tore up. They didn't start protecting
Oh yeah,
quarterbacks. Yeah,
Brady,
they didn't.
what to say? Brady lost a year.
but
People
you
forget
gotta
about
think
that.
about.
He
You
did.
gotta think about that though. Like, see, that's the other thing that people don't credit Brady is like he get the ball off fast enough not to get hit, even with
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's getting off the
with a
fastest
line
in the
like
league.
they still won't get through. You gotta get the ball
Yeah,
off.
and I think that was part of one of his. I think that was one of his agreements to Giselle and why he developed the whole TB12 method, because yeah, he had a quick release back then, but it wasn't as quick as it is now as far as like getting
Oh
the
no,
ball
Nah,
out.
no, he developed
Brady
that.
used
nah.
to get his
Nah,
yeah,
not back
Brady
then.
used to get
No.
his ass hit. He used to get
Mm-hmm.
hit.
Of course, because they
And
don't like him. Of course, you want to hit that. You want to hit the quarterback you don't like. Of course, you know what I'm saying. So like,
exactly. But I guess what I just want to say too is for all the people that's criticizing saying, oh, well, quarterbacks are protected. Well, guess what? Since quarterbacks are so protected now, it should be no issues with Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, all these young guys coming up right now. It should be no problem with them being able to go out and get at least 2 Super Bowls, 2 to 3. It should be no issues now since the quarterback is so protected. Josh Allen, every Josh Allen, all of them should be able to go out there and go get them about 2 to 3 Super Bowls. Every last one of them.
What? Well,
but
Mahomes already
see,
got
but
one.
see,
He,
but this
he
is
need one more.
but this is where they
Mhm.
messing up these young quarterbacks though. See, we're talking about pocket passing. Their rules is set up for you to not get pretty much hit if you're in the pocket. Once that is
True.
gone and you outside the pocket, it's pretty much fair
Mm-hmm.
game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, there's still certain rules like I believe you can't hit them too high up top,
Yep.
or like below a certain point.
Yeah,
But
you can't hit. You can't aim for their knees, and you can't aim for their head.
I know it's
However,
more protected inside the pocket.
exactly. Once they become a runner, it's fair game at that point. You can do whatever you got to do to get them down.
And then most quarterbacks now don't stay in the pocket worth shit. So,
Nope. Nope. Y'all are right.
but
Y'all
then
are
again,
right.
I don't know. I'm not gonna put all that on that. I'll be fair. I'll be fair, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. A lot of these
Mhm.
teams really don't have offensive lines. Like the offensive line, like for majority of teams, like it just seemed like it just deplenishes over a couple of games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I give you that. Yeah, they don't.
but
I'll
sometimes
tell
it's
you what
hard
it
to
is.
block for 8 seconds though. People be all out the pocket running around. Hard to
Well,
block
here's
for
the
that
thing.
long sometimes.
Well, that's true. And another thing too is I think it's a combination of this. Like it's teams that the biggest problem, Zeus, is that they don't add depth to the O line. So they may get 1 or 2 good O linemen, but then they don't have anybody decent waiting in the wings to back them up. And when you don't add depth to that position, all it takes is for one person to go down, and then you got to makeshift your offensive line, and then you sitting there like, all right, well, you got to figure this out, quarterback, because I went out here, got you all these wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. I mean, seriously, at that point, the GM got to step in and say, "Shit, we got to add some depth to the O line because that's important, protecting our investment."
Yeah,
Like,
true. I agree.
yeah, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, win, lose, or draw this Super Bowl next year, you have to go out and get. You have to go out there and draft some O linemen. Jamar Chase is a first rounder. T. Higgins is a first round or a second round pick. Joe Mixon is a first round. No, he's a second round. He would have went first round, but he had that off the field incident. Joe Mixon is second round. The dude Uzoma, I think, is a third round pick. And then Boyd was a first round or second round pick. The offense is built, it's set. You traded away 2 first rounders to get Joe Burrow. So all of your offensive weapons are from rounds 1 through 3 or rounds 1 through no later than 4th round. You're good at this point. Go and get that man some help so he could get you back to the Super Bowl multiple times. You got to at this point. You have to.
Yeah, they made it. I can't believe that shit though. They fucking made it.
I can. I'll tell you why off the air. It makes sense now that it's like in your face. Put it like this: it was signs in our face that we just didn't to. But yeah, I'll talk about it off the air.
Well, we got the playoffs, yeah, but I mean, like the beginning of the season, nobody, not a lot of people picked them.
I knew it.
Not from week 1.
Not from week 1. No, I'm not gonna give you that.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no. I agree. Nobody really knew it. I sure as hell didn't know. Let me tell you something. When the season first started, do y'all know? So y'all know in DraftKings and all the sports books and everything, they have all the teams ranked and according to odds and everything like that of who's going to win. So your top 3 teams were, of course, the Chiefs, the Bucks, and the Packers. Guess where the damn Cincinnati Bengals were ranked?
Probably like 25th.
They were 30th. Nobody. Dang. They were 30th. So when they down there that far, that's like
somebody hit.
That's what I'm saying. That's like 30,000. That's like plus 30,000. So if you would put $100 on them in the beginning of the season to make this to win the Super Bowl, they would probably be trying to cash you out right now at about $15,000 to $20,000, which I would take and not even be greedy and want the whole 30,000. I'd take the 15 to 20.
Yeah. Go ahead, cut me my bread.
Exactly. I go ahead and cash it out and just say, all right, cool. I'm done at this point.
You said what? Nah. Forget the Super Bowl. They made it, man. You're not gonna go ahead and give me that half.
Yeah. I would cash out. Yeah, I would cash out. But yeah, so no, but I'll talk about it offline. It's crazy. When I actually did the research, I was like, oh shit. And yeah, it's going to influence my pick a lot. But all right, let's get to another topic over here that's been happening where, at the end of the day, it's been causing a lot of stir. Me personally, I enjoy this show, but Dare, y'all remember the youth program and everything like that from when we were younger? Yeah, Dare. So Dare came out and called out Euphoria. And that's a show on HBO for all of y'all that don't know, and said that Euphoria promotes drugs and sex for teenagers. So
like Zeus, Dare though.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. Hold on, we'll talk about that in a little bit. So Zeus, overall, what do you think? Do you think that Euphoria promotes sex and drugs for children? I mean, well, for teenagers.
Okay, so yes and no, right?
Okay.
And when I say yes and no, typically if I didn't know about this show, right?
Okay.
And say my teenage daughter watches this show, and she puts me onto it, and then I end up watching it, I'm gonna be like, why are you interested in it?
Okay.
Because now I got to figure out what the view is, because I think if you're a mature audience, you can pick up what they're trying to tell you and what picture they're trying to paint. Especially if you watch the show throughout, because one, it shows the usage. It shows kids are curious, which we all used to be. So we show the conservative, everything of that sort. And then it shows like what you have to go through in the trials and tribulations when you make these choices. So like a mature audience, yeah, you can get all that. Yeah, and then it's entertainment, first of all.
Okay.
And then second of all, if you just wanted to point something out, I mean, yeah, you can look at it if you blind and you don't watch it and you be like, oh, then that's all they do is just get high and fuck on the show, then yes. But to me, no, I don't really see it. I think people just was bored because what the hell? Where have they been at for all this time?
That's true too.
Because I was a kid when they were out heavy, and I'm a little old, so it's like, where have you been, my guy?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it is. It's one of them joints. Yeah, you literally like, bruh. I remember you to having the t-shirts and all that, and it's like I haven't even seen you. I don't even remember y'all when I was in high school. So y'all definitely been gone for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Mr. Jones, what were you gonna say about Dare before I go on and what were you gonna say about Dare and then
I
promoting?
was about to say, yeah, if that's the case, they should point the finger at themselves. A lot of kids see their first bag of weed because of Dare. They see their first weed because of Dare. They knew about steroids because of Dare. So that's why I don't get it. That's why I don't get that shit. That's some hypocritical ass shit if you
So
ask
are you?
me.
So listen. So listen, Mr. Jones. Are
Don't
you
smoke
saying
this
that
bag of
Dare?
weed.
So,
Don't
hold on.
stick this needle in your arm. They show this shit.
Hey, Mr. Jones. So is it safe to say that Dare was like what's the name on Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story? Okay, when he would bust in and see him with the drugs, what is that? Dewey is cocaine, and you don't want no parts of this shit. But what
Oh
does it do?
yeah,
It gives you energy. It gives you energy. Okay,
gives you
you
energy.
don't want that. It makes you keep a boner all night. You are able to have sex with multiple women and keep an erection. Well, I want some of that shit. Is that what it is?
Everything you say will be times 10, and it will be immaculate.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
exactly
nah.
what that
Oh
was.
my god, that was hilarious. That's the great example. But they don't do that though, because
Yeah.
the thing is, the show has nothing of that sort. If it was, then I'd have been like, all right, cool. Because if they were just funning out and it was no consequences, kind of like if they were, I think what is mad is not like All American and everything is just like a turnaround breaking point. Like they're actually, you see the fun moments of them enjoying life. But like I said before, you also see the consequences when they do these actions too, as well. It's
Okay.
not like they just out here just getting high with no with nothing
Yeah.
either bad or positive out of it. It's always a different type of outcome.
I get what you're saying. All right. So
But
for
they act
me,
like they
here's what
ever
I
just
did.
with kids though. Like they have a movie like
No,
Kids, or they have a movie like Bully and shit like that. So it's like,
that's true too. Well, remember a lot of those movies got removed too. You can't even Bully is probably the only one that you can still find the movie. The actual movie Kids, you can't even get that shit. You can't find it nowhere. You may be able to order it off of Amazon, but that shit is excommunicated from all
that
streaming
movie
services.
wow.
It's
That shit
definitely wild.
wow.
That shit, bro. Real semen was used in there, bro. It was crazy. But
I don't know, man. Like out of all shows though,
here's the
they
thing.
better off going for Big Mouth if anything. That's fucking kids actually fucking and all types of wild shit. Even though it's in cartoon form, but still, like type of really what type of audience you really reaching for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, yeah.
Well, here's what I'll say.
Yeah, Joe.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
Joe OC.
well, here's what I'll say. That first of all, the word promote is very strong to say.
Yes.
Like when you say like something is promoting, like us, when we are promoting our show, we're asking you to, hey, come engage in the content, watch our show. So for promote, and I made sure I got the right definition. This is according to Oxford. It's further the progress of something, especially a cause, venture, or aim. So support or actively encourage. Do I think they support drug use? Absolutely not, because you see the actual consequences of it. You see Rue's family in turmoil. You see the little sister, especially this season. They've done a good job of showing how Rue's drug use is basically destroying everybody around her's life, their emotional stability when dealing with her, her sister, her mom, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, for the sex part, what I'll say on this is I believe that there's not a direct promotion of sex, but what I believe that there's a direct promotion of
Sex
is
sells.
sexual liberation. Because what's happening is we're not really seeing the whole nuclear family in Euphoria. And the one nuclear family that we did have, where the mother, father, and the two boys, we're seeing that the father actually has a past and chooses a different, he has a different preference than your normal, than your regular heterosexual male, is what I'll say. I won't use normal, I'll say regular. So that's what I think that it's promoting more. And then, like in this season, you have like Rue is dating Jules, who's the transgender, and then there's a boy on the show who's hanging out with Jules, who befriends Jules, and they taking drugs together and everything like that. But then he starts getting interested into Jules. So that's one thing I could say that they are promoting. They're not promoting sex directly, but I think it's the sexual liberation of sleep with who you want to sleep with, and you
Or just
shouldn't
the
be
less
judged for
less.
it.
I think it's more less than and temptation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because that's what they
exactly.
showing a lot in this. Because like everything, you kind of hit it on the nail. Like everything is pretty much broken. There's nothing. There's no
Mm-hmm.
perfect scenario here,
Mm-mm.
and the almost perfect scenario is more fucked up than the ones that's not even close to being perfect.
Exactly. Nah, it's true. So yeah, so that's what I would say. So overall, but and just to piggyback off of something that you said when you were talking about, like your child, and like if they brought this to you and watch it, I think it's one of those things where I would want to watch it with my young teenage daughter. I'd probably watch it with her about 13 or 14, and we'll watch each episode and go over it, and I wouldn't mind discussing it, but just her saying, "Hey, Dad, I'm about to go watch Euphoria," and then, all right,
What?
enjoy.
Nah, nah.
Nah, nah. It's got to be a conversation after every episode, because I need for you to understand what you just saw. That's what I need for you to do. Yeah, I can't. So yeah, I ain't gonna say that it's necessarily promoted, but it
Let me ask you this though. Ultimately, like, what's the demographic you think they're trying to reach?
it's the young teens, and it's this new generation. Here's the thing: all that is going on in Euphoria is not anything that I haven't seen in high school. So I think they're targeting the high school and the young college kids. Everything that's gone on in Euphoria, from drug use to promiscuity to people deciding if they want to be bi, gay, or straight, or whatever may have you, all of that stuff, we've all witnessed it in high school. We've seen somebody, there's nothing in Euphoria that you probably haven't seen as a young teen before. So the thing is, what I think that people don't like is that it's that graphic nitty gritty, like you said, Mr. Jones. It's not all American. It's not patched up. They're saying, no, this is what the kids are doing. They're having these parties. They dress in, what I'm saying, any kind of way that they want. They're drinking, smoking, and they doing what they living their life how they want to live it. So the overall demographic to me is high school and college. But like I said, adults who are watching it, who are now our age, millennials, generation X and all of that, are trying to condemn it. Nothing in Euphoria is new that's going on. Nothing in Euphoria is new. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing in Euphoria is new. You've the popping pills and all that, Mr. Jones. I'm sure from the ages of 18 to 23, you knew somebody who was popping pills. So I did. I knew somebody who was popping pills. Mr. Jones.
Yeah, we
You know what
all
I'm saying?
did.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I said knew somebody. Okay, I said knew
All right.
somebody who was doing
Hey,
that. That's why I
uh,
said knew
Yeah,
somebody who was popping pills. Yeah,
yeah, man.
yeah. From 18 to 23, we knew girls. You know, we knew a guy who might have been dating, two
Boosie.
girls who was best
It's
friends or
like
something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Boosie was.
everything that's happening in Euphoria, we've seen it before. We've all been to a house party and all that where it's alcohol there, and all of us are underage. You know what I'm saying? We've been to where it's weed and all that. You know what I'm saying?
I about to say,
There's nothing.
and another thing that they show like the more lenient parents, the ones that let you have your girlfriend, boyfriends over,
Exactly.
then they
Spending the
got
Hmm.
night.
the
No,
right, then
know
they
you
got the
having
more
sex.
right. So like, I mean, it's a lot in there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think they more showing like everything's not perfect, and this is
Hmm.
what goes on. To the
It's more
Yeah,
realism.
yeah, it's just like
exactly.
because I mean, let's be real. I mean, what he said, we do know a lot like of that going on. Like it's a
Hmm.
little bit of every character that we know. We can probably match them to a character on Euphoria,
Of
except for
course.
maybe the tranny. But I don't know about that. I don't think I'm there yet.
I'm trying to think. Nah, yeah, nah, I don't know any transsexuals. I used to work with one. Like one used to work in the same building that I worked in, but that's about it. But yeah. And then the moment that person got fired, oh yeah, they're only firing me because I'm trans. I'm like, I know you actually suck very bad. Like you didn't do your job.
Bruh.
But all right, continue to hold on to that notion.
Try to get the bag real quick on the way
Exactly.
out.
But nah,
Exactly.
just because I don't want to get no spoilers, and I'll wait till another time. But that last episode was crazy though. But
Well, I kind of already did in there, but obviously the way I worded it, you gotta, yeah, people will figure it out when they watch it. But no, it's just one of those things, man. It's
look, they figured that out the first episode
mm-hmm, yeah,
because that's what grabbed me in the ending. I was like, oh, this John slum, and then I was like, oh, whoa, okay, all right, this is a little bit
mm-hmm,
more, it's a
mm-hmm.
little more different than I thought. Where does
Nah,
it
it
go from
definitely
here?
is. Yeah, man. So
Oh
overall,
no.
man, just for the people that just joined us, like we said, we were talking about Euphoria. We were talking about does it promote sex and drugs for like teenagers and stuff like that? And I mean, our general consensus is pretty much no. They definitely don't promote drugs because you get to see the effects of drugs and how literally one girl is tearing her family and friends apart emotionally, mentally, everything, psychologically because of her over drug use. And then I think more so with the sex part, they're not promoting sex, they're promoting sexual liberation. Essentially you just being able to sleep with who you want and you shouldn't be judged. Because the father did make a good point in the last episode, and I was like, technically he's right. Like when he came in and he was saying, look, I like to have sex with men and all that, and I had sex with a guy when I was with your when you was pregnant with your when your mother was pregnant with you. This is what he told the older son. And he was like, Dad, why the fuck are you saying this right now? And then he was like, well, let me just tell you right now. If I came in here with a nice, if I told you that I left the strip club, lady had a huge pair of tits, nice piece of ass, and I had her in the back of my truck. Right now, you'd be saying your reaction wouldn't even be a tenth of what it is now. You'd probably be saying, go dad, and just don't say that in front of mom.
Right.
So yeah, so it is. It trust me, it gets down to the nitty gritty. Mr. Jones, like, damn, I need to hurry up, finish binging this. It gets there, Mr. Jones. And this season, so I think more so last season, it was more so you didn't see the tail end of how bad things got until like the last episode or two. Now you're seeing the consequences of actions within the first 4 episodes of this season.
Yeah, I think the first season was more of kind of like the backstory of everybody and introducing the main
Mm-hmm.
characters. And like
Yep.
you said, it did pick up like the last kind of like 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, HBO famous for doing that. Season one is always an introduction to
Yeah.
tell you like people's stories and stuff, and then season two is when the action starts.
Mm-hmm.
Only person that deviated from that formula was The Wire, but other than that, like that's how HBO shows usually are ran.
I mean, well, technically, and here's the thing: Euphoria kind of went like The Wire did because you know, how, like you had the storytelling all in the second part of The Wire. In the second season of Euphoria, you get some backstories to some other characters that weren't main characters. Like you get the backstory to the dad, you get the
Mm.
backstory, you get the backstory to the guy who I said looked like Mac Miller. I forgot his name. But yeah, you get his backstory.
Shit like Mac Miller.
No, he does. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. But yeah, he does look like you get his backstory and you get like an origin story for him. But yeah, no, man, it's definitely a next episode. I kind of knew what was going to happen. I was just like, damn, bro. I didn't think they was going to get her that quick. I don't know how she going to get up out of there. But yeah, no, Rue, she got her in the basement. That drug dealer. Remember, she told her when she came and picked up that from her. She told her, "Don't play with my money because I'll sell you to people who want to buy you."
So, do you think it's one of the best shows out? Like, you think it's going to be up there?
We gotta see how this last season ends. We gotta. It's got to be some heartbreak this season. It's got to be, and it's got to be more heartbreak than here's what I'm gonna say. It's got to be heartbreak that everyone can relate to, because like last season, if I'm not mistaken, Zeus. I don't think anybody died last season, did they?
Last season, no.
Yeah, I think the like nobody like OD'd or anything. I think the only bad thing that we got from last season was what's the name? Jules, who's the transgender person, decided to leave Rue to like pursue something in life. So that was
Oh
like
nah. Basically, they you know they were supposed to run away together, and then over
yeah,
time, Rue backed out at the last minute, and
yeah,
then
that's what it was.
the other bad thing was that wasn't even bad. Damn, that was just
Yeah.
karma.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. But that carried over to the next season. So yeah, you'll see it. But yeah, trust me, you'll be yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be interesting. All right, so that's Euphoria. Now for Mr. Jones and Zeus, Sony buys Bungie. So tell me what that means for please tell me what that means for the gaming industry, what you think it means for Sony. Is it a good thing?
I'll let Zeus go first because he's the hardcore gamer of the group.
Hey
Oh
bro, I know
man.
one thing. I know one thing, Mr.
Since
Jones.
I'm casual, I'll let you go first.
I mean, you are, you're
Look,
calm down.
look,
Look, you're
look,
like
I
two
tell
steps
you, this
away
is
from being on Candy Crush and Call of Duty Mobile. Okay.
stop it, stop it, stop it.
But nah,
I like
but
Candy
nah.
Crush, by the way.
Oh my God. See, but to keep it real though, with that, it's definitely a power play. I give them that. It's a power play because we all knew that it was a money strategy for Xbox when they made their move. So Sony was like, all right, well, we already pretty much see where you're going, and since these are one of your biggest titles, let's go ahead and dip into your pocket because not
Mhm.
only they would have control over the people that made Halo, which is one of their like pretty much like their brand game. They can use the opportunity to have their own pretty much Halo for exclusive or either just branded from Sony. So I mean, it's a bigger play because
Yeah, they get to
you're
keep
taking
Destiny
pretty much
exclusive.
the soul. Yeah, you're pretty much taking the soul of Xbox. Like I really think it was disrespectful. I think it was like one of those jabs in the throat. Like, all right, haha, we're gonna dip into your money too. Now, since you need these titles, like for the main exclusive, because they don't have anything else. What Mass Effect and maybe
But
Forza.
here's the thing: didn't Bungie? But here's the question though: didn't Bungie?
And
They made the original Halo.
Yeah,
What's
I think 343 Studios make Halo now, I believe.
I was about to say, yeah, Halo is branched over to something else. So Xbox will still have it. Well, Microsoft will still have it.
They won't. I don't. I don't think they will have the title over that name. They will have to
Nah,
like rebrand it. They'll probably have to do a Back for Blood, like how that did because of because Back for Blood was originally what is that I think what was it, Dead Island
hmm
or not, yeah, it was Dead Island. What was the best zombie game basically? But they had to change the name to Back for Blood because they didn't have the
Left 4 Dead.
rights to that name. Yeah, Left 4 Dead.
hmm
So I think that'll probably happen with that. I have to actually Google it though, just to make sure because I don't want to give any false facts. But
I know they got Destiny for sure.
oh yeah, I know they do too.
And that makes sense.
But
Hey,
if
Mr.
I
Jones, if
read
you don't change the
correctly,
batteries in that smoke detector, man.
oh man, not again. But
Yes,
What smoke
again.
detector? Where?
Y'all don't hear that beeping sound. So, hold on, stop. Hold on.
No,
Hold on.
it's not even
uh,
in. No, I took it off the
it's
wall.
something else.
That I
All
just
right.
heard it.
Oh,
That
there
I
you go.
just heard it. Yeah, I just heard it.
All right.
Where?
But yeah,
Where?
so he said, but where? But
Man,
nah,
am I
so
there? How the hell am I supposed to know? I'm not there.
Fuck it. It's like 7 of them in this house. I
hey,
ain't looking for that shit. Fuck it.
man,
What you would say?
we gonna
Like,
fix that, man. As soon as I come out there. But
it's like 7 of
so
them.
nah, with this, I think it was a PowerPoint. I'm curious to see what you gonna say because I know you about to say some asshole shit. Please don't, because we can go back and forth, and I'm
I
ready.
still think, I mean, I think it's a response, but I still think Xbox Activision move might be a little bit bigger because there's more IPs and major titles attached to it, especially the Call of Duty franchise and
Yeah,
Infinity
but
Ward with it.
Call
Like
of Duty
Bungie,
itself already said that it will not be an exclusive for Xbox.
yeah, but they're gonna have extra maps and DLCs PlayStation can't have, so that's still a win.
It's
But
a
if you think
slight,
about
it's a
Activision,
slight
you think,
win. And you know what's crazy? I was telling you this the other day. To me, because of the haptic feedback, shooter games are better on PlayStation 5. But that's my personal preference.
well, with the controller experience, I can see why you would say that because the controller experience. But I think what Activision, I mean, yeah, I think Activision that was a great move. Bungie, this is a good move at the end of the day because, like I said, Destiny should be a PlayStation exclusive. It doesn't feel right on Xbox, honestly. But the whole
It doesn't.
Halo thing, though, if they do got Halo, which I don't think they do, yeah, that's a shot in the
No,
heart,
so
pretty
they
much.
do own, if I read this correctly, it's three of their major titles with Halo. So what you said, which I said may be correct, but they were saying in the mix of those three titles, they still will have the profits going forward with Halo and also have the opportunity to originate their own Halo for PlayStation. So it's kind of taking that franchise away from Xbox.
Well, they took Crash Bandicoot away from them. They took Spyro away from them. Them two of the original mascots from Sony,
Yeah,
especially
they
I
did.
Crash.
mean, nobody cares about that right now. Who's waiting for the next Crash to come out? Because the last one was actually more. They made actually the last one got so many bad reviews because the boards was glitched out that it was like a half a jump than a regular Crash, and they had to patch that.
Oh yeah, that remake they made that shit too difficult.
Mm-mm.
That shit wasn't that
The jump,
difficult on the original one.
the jump was off. They found out like a year later after the title release. That's why everybody. That's why they said it was more difficult than any other Crash game that came out. The jump was off like a half a millisecond or some wild shit.
Really?
Yeah,
That kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. I mean, you got the Tony Hawk series with Activision. You got Doom. Doom is huge.
but think about all right. So a lot of these titles that you're mentioning, they kind of was already cross-platform.
That's true.
So the thing with Activision was their major move was the actual profits from it, from the games that
Yeah,
they have, because they do
yeah,
have a mass collection. I get that,
yeah.
but
Huge.
they're more focused on Xbox Game Pass, which is usually old games, and then sometimes you may get a AAA title here and there, but they don't
Yeah,
have too many that's coming out, and mostly all the AAA titles that you get are still cross-platform. So
that's true.
Sony was like, all right, we can get originality and take away from pretty much the main, character for your franchise, and just put it on our team.
Well, I think the major part about it really is Destiny, because Destiny makes a
Yeah,
ton of fucking money, and
I think
Destiny
it's
is all theirs now.
I think it's more Destiny, but I think I was more off the just like, all right, they made a power play, so we got to make one back. To be honest with you,
Yeah, it
because
was a good
I really
response.
don't see any other reason why they would go there, and they're pretty much already well, it was a money move, so they had to get it back some type of way.
But
But
let me ask you this though: all these recent console wars, do you think it's better overall for us, the players? Do you think it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know eventually we'll start getting more, because the way that Xbox pretty much got it set up, it's like, all right, look, you rock with us, you'll have endless games. So that's why
Yeah, Game
PlayStation
Pass
is
is
trying to come
amazing.
up with a strategy. Like, yes, they have the exclusives, and that makes you want to get Sony, because it's like, all right, I can't play this if I have Xbox. So, and it's a lot of good games, and also this year coming up alone that Sony is about to release, but they just don't have the overall extra support. Oh, I got free support, because I ain't even gonna lie to you. PlayStation Plus, it was good last year up until it started coming up to the holidays, and then it fell off. But they was just trying to promote the collection, and which if
Hmm.
you bought all the AAA titles, which pretty much was like the exclusives, you already had the shit. So it's not like it was getting any free games.
Yeah, that's one thing Sony got to catch up on. That Game Pass is a killer,
it sure is.
especially that
Yeah,
Ultimate with EA.
and I think
Hmm.
that's where Google Stadia fell off at. I think if they would have had a Game Pass, that would have been like the next big thing. Only thing about that is like they didn't have where it was more like a Steam collection. Like you can transfer a game and then also play it on there. Like they failed that whole operation. But that could have been like the next big thing. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
But
shit, I ain't
speaking
gonna
of
lie.
gaming,
Uh-huh.
what they need to worry about, Sony and uh Sony and Xbox, if this Steam handheld console come out and be a big thing and you can
That's
utilize it like the
scary.
Switch, they may be in trouble.
If the
Yeah,
And
what
that's
I know
comes
scary.
out,
so Steam is coming out with a handheld console, pretty much similar to
Hmm.
the Nintendo Switch,
okay.
but you can play all your Steam games from your collection on PC on the go.
Hmm.
Now, if
Mm.
they have it to where you can actually dock it, and then you can
Oh
probably
my
have your
god.
PC hooked up to it or your whatever setup, it's going to be curtains. It's going to be tragic.
Yeah, CS:GO on the go. Cause you know I love Counter Strike. I love Counter Strike. So that's scary though.
So, we was going back and forth, and I'm like, while we here, I kind of want to get to the point now that we're on air, and to see what's your thoughts on both of these two console makers going forward this year, and what you see, because I already see Sony kind of putting Xbox under the water unless they make a major play by the summer.
That's true. Sony is coming out with a lot of titles, especially that Zero Dawn Horizon sequel. That shit
Yeah,
gonna be fire. That's gonna be
still
probably like a game of the year contender early.
still got God of War coming out too.
Yeah, like it's a lot. Honestly, I would say Nintendo is number two right now over Xbox with the Metroid and all of that.
No. Only reason I say no, because Nintendo don't have next gen. And that's what's really gonna hold Nintendo back. Like if you just nostalgic gaming, like you just
Yeah.
cool where you're at with it, then I can see that as a win. But if you
Which,
want something that's gonna improve, like
which I'm about
you
to say, still
gotta
money to be made in nostalgia, especially in gaming. Still a lot of money to be made there. One thing Nintendo does is they cater to their audience very well. That's how they get to survive.
They
But
no
you,
no 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 no. Nintendo is the only people I know that'll come out with one of their front running games, and that game be the same price 5 to 10 years later.
Oh, you talking about Mario? Yeah, because basically, bro, I was playing Mario, like Super Mario Brothers. I was playing that shit on the Switch, and I was just like, damn, this is nothing but a 3D version of the exact same Mario game that was
yeah.
on Nintendo.
So this is the crazy thing about Mario. It's like if you had a Wii U, most of them games on Wii U came out on Switch again, and them jumps are still the same price when you bought it on Wii U. They really botched the Wii U. They fucked the Wii U up.
No, I'm not talking about Wii U, sir. I said the Super Mario Brothers or Mario Brothers game on the Switch has the
Yeah,
same levels, same music as Nintendo. Not even the Wii U. I'm talking about the original Nintendo 1990. That one. It
it's
does,
re-
bruh. It
it's
does,
remix
bruh.
version. It's a remix version of it.
Of what?
Oh, let's go ahead and block that. But it's
Yeah.
re.
Hey, waiting on you too, boo.
Right.
Ah!
Blocking you
Ah!
Don't.
too.
I encourage all people don't click that link because we have no we're
All
not
right.
responsible
It's
for
blocked.
whatever you get on your
It's
computer.
blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. Don't even worry about it. It's blocked now.
Love face, okay. But anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, but you're right though. Sony definitely got a head start this year. Only thing that's gonna keep Xbox alive is Game Pass.
Yeah, it is. That
They're
that that
making
one.
AAA titles that came out free early.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way that they holding people on. Cause, but these titles they coming out with, it's only good for like 1 month unless you really into that brand of game. Like I can't really say that any title they came out with for Game Pass that I was really stuck on. I gave it like a month or two tops.
Dang, bro. Now it's the jerk off advances, bro. They on a tear right now. First of all, first it was, hey, I'm waiting on you. Now it's jerk off advance. Wet girls are here. Go ahead.
Oh my god! Trying to end the show with that note.
Oh man,
I wonder what's next.
I know.
I'm good. I don't know, but if anything, all I know, it's like if it's
Man.
free, let me know. It's like that. It's fine. But but yeah, man. As far as that, man. As far as gaming, man. Yeah, man. Xbox need to step it up. At least with some originality. Like, don't come out with a game that it's on Game Pass for free, and you can also, if you really want it, you can buy it on a better console. I would say.
All right, well. All right, well, we're gonna see. All right, y'all. Well, that is MT signing off with me and my co-host.
Mr. Jones, and down below.
You know what it is, man. This is the truth. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that motherfucking thing on the bottom, that link tree link, and get out to all our links, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. You know where to find us. Until next time.
Peace.